Hi, I want to share a couple things this morning. Um, I think about the global warming activists and how they're so worried about that. I also think about the times and the seasons of what's going on here. And so, what this does is it brings me to Revelation chapter 6 because I got I got news for those um, who are so worried about the world, the temperatures rising and things like that. Man, when God pours out, when the seals are open, when the trumpets are open, it ain't going to hold a candle. Your global warming stuff isn't going to hold a candle to what's coming. Hear me on this, please. I'm going to read a couple verses in Revelation chapter 6 just to get you started, okay? So there's 7 seals that are mentioned in chapter 6, and then it goes on to the trumpets, and from there the bowls. The bowls are actually when God pours out his wrath on mankind. But just hear this. Think about it. Think about it. Revelation chapter 6. Now I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying with a voice like thunder, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a white horse. And he who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he went out conquering to conquer. That's not Jesus they're talking about. Okay? Verse 3, when he opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, "Come and see." And another horse, fiery red, went out. And it was granted to the one who sat on it to take peace from the earth, and that people should kill one another. And there was given to him a great sword. Okay, so I think those first 2 seals are already open. Just me. I'm not a theologian. Just my hunch, my gut. These 2 are open. They've already started. I believe that. I really do. Verse 5, when he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, 3 quarts of barley for a denarius." Okay? A denarius is 1 whole day's wages. How much money do you make in a day? I know when I was a trim carpenter years ago, I should have never stopped, but there were days that I made almost $1,000 in one day putting up extravagant crown molding. Those days were few and far between, but nonetheless, an average day for me back then was $400. That's how much I made a day doing crown molding and things like that, because I learned how to do it in a very efficient way, an efficient manner, and the people were very pleased with what they were paying. $400, 1 quart of wheat, 3 quarts of barley. But it also says, do not harm the oil and the wine. Okay? This is coming very close. Very close. If you do your research, do your homework, you will find that there is a group of elites in this world that have pulled together, and they are trying to completely control the common man, the simple man. Yeah, I was just sitting downstairs praying, and I thought, as I was praying, and I spoke it out to the Lord, I said, "God, I just want to be a simple man. I'm a simple, common man. I'm not asking for anything great. There are a few things that I'm trying to do in my career to, just as an entrepreneur, a few things that I'm trying to do to make a living, not a huge one, make a living. And I have to deal with so much government that it's insane. And the things that I want to do, I mean, take for instance, I want to sell beef tallow. People have been making and using beef tallow for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Render fat, jar it up. Render fat, filter through a cheesecloth, jarred up, shelf stable. I can't do it. My hands are tied by the government. We are forced to use the seed oils, the stuff that actually is horrible for you. That's on the shelves at the grocery store. But a pure, filtered, wonderful, 100% grass-fed beef, rendered fat, tallow. No, I got to go through months and months of research and lab results and thousands of dollars to sell an 18-bottle jar of tallow. So they snuff out the common man. That's how they do it. Big government. So anyway, I believe that seal is about to be opened because they're going to control us. They're going to take away our cash. They're going to take away our ability to not be completely, totally controlled by using digital currency. It's coming. You know it's coming. It's coming. So now back to the Save the Planet people. Verse 8, so I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death. And Hades followed with him. And power was given to them over a fourth of the earth to kill with the sword, with hunger, with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So I'm going to stop there. But this stuff is coming. And like I said, I believe the first two seals are already open. And it's going to keep coming. And the third seal is very close to being opened. Because day's wages for a quart of wheat, it's coming. It's coming. I believe it's very, very close. So, have these things in your mind. There's some prep work you can do, but the main prep work that needs to be done is John 17:3. Jesus tells us in his prayer, it's written down, the prayer, as he was praying to the Father before he was crucified. In John chapter 17, verse 3. By the way, John is also the one who wrote Revelation, same John. In John 17:3, Jesus prayed for his disciples, but that it would also go on down the line. Here we are 2,000 years later, still happening. He said, Father, this is eternal life. It's life everlasting. Life out of the pit. I'm adding that stuff. Saving you from the fire, saving you from eternal punishment. But for real, the main thing, the most important, Father, this is eternal life, that they may know you and Jesus Christ whom you have sent. They may know you, the only true living God. It's only one true living God, and Jesus Christ whom you've sent. That's eternal life. It's called relationship. It's always been about relationship. So the book's open. The seals, I believe the seal's open. I'm totally confident. I'm not a prophet. Not going to foretell the future. But I am going to read the scriptures, and the scriptures tell the future. And I believe these seals are starting to open. And when it gets into it, you're going to want to know Jesus Christ, and you're going to want to know him close and tight. This is not about some form of religion, some religious practice of whatever you do in your church, whatever church you belong to, this is about knowing Jesus Christ. This is about knowing him and having him fill you and transform you. I thank you for letting me speak, listening to what I have to say. Please subscribe to this channel, like the video, comment. Please comment, because it starts an algorithm or whatever you call that stuff, and it sends it out to lots of people. This is very important. You're not going to save the planet. I don't care what you do. I don't care how much you spray in the air. I don't care how many pesticides you throw out on the fields. I don't care what you do. You're not going to save the planet. You're not going to do it, because it's been written in the scriptures. It's going to get destroyed. It is definitely going to get destroyed. And if the seals are opening, it's more important that you know Jesus Christ and you know him. Know him. It's more important that you know him than it is for you to hold up a banner someplace, save the planet, global warming stuff. The globe's going to get warm. In fact, God's going to burn it up and make a new one. Sorry. Just had to let that cat out of the bag. Have a great day.